Hi, welcome to my channel Tech Easy Learning. Today we are going to see Snowflake reclustering. Already I have created one video for data clustering. You can go through that video in my channel. Okay. Now we are going to see reclustering. Why we need reclustering? See, frequently we will be adding and deleting the data, updating the data. So these DML operations like insert, update, delete, and merge are performed on a clustered table. Clustered table already I explained you. Okay. Just for your reminder, I am again telling to you. Clustering means we will keep all similar data together in the same micro partition. Okay. No overlapping will be there. That is called clustering. So if you do the frequent DML operation, the data in the table might become less clustered. That means the data scattered over multiple micro partitions. That means overlapping. Okay, overlapping into multiple micro partitions. So periodic, regular reclustering of the table is required to maintain the optimal clustering. Only if you do the clustering of the that data, that data retrieval will be very faster. Okay. Otherwise, it will scan all the micro partitions. Okay. So we need to do reclustering work regularly. But in Snowflake, automatic reclustering feature is available. That clustering feature is available, as well as both manual and automatic is also there. But whenever we do any this clustering work, it involves cost. Okay, it involves cost. Whenever the data is reclustered, it is moved to new micro partition. Okay, whenever we do that clustering, the data move to the new micro partition. Already, I have told you about the data storage cost and computation cost. Okay, cost, that means it involves cost, storage cost. It depends upon the storage cost depends upon the table size and amount of the data that's need to be reclustered. And we should avoid the frequent reclustering. Why means it involves more cost, storage as well as computation cost. So we should do the clustering whenever it is required. Okay. During clustering, the Snowflake uses the clustering key for the clustered table to reorganize the data. Okay. I will show one example. Then you can easily understand it. Yeah, one example is that I will explain that so that you can easily understand it. Okay. So we need to calculate this storage and computation cost. Without blindly, if we do that, then it involves huge cost. So whenever we do this clustering, the data is moved to the new micro partition, and it will be rearranged in a similar fashion. Okay, what we have done before in the data clustering. That means all similar data will be arranged in the new micro partition. So the old micro partition, we are not going to delete it. We will mark as delete. As per the that Snowflake requirement, we need to keep that micro partition, the deleted marked as delete. No, the micro partition we have to keep for at least 17 days. Fail-safe days is 7 days, and time travel days is 10 days. We have to keep the deleted partitions for 17 days. So for 17 days, the additional storage cost will be there. Okay. So before define that clustering, we should consider the associate credit and storage cost. How much that balance credit is available, so that we can plan. If we allow the Snowflake to do the automatic reclustering, we don't know how much the storage and computation cost. You should ask one question: what is that this fail-safe and time travel concept? This is unique concept that is available in the Snowflake. Time travel means we can query the data. How does it look sometime before? Okay, sometime before means the past data. So it helps us to restore the previous data of the table. Fail-safe means it internally used by the Snowflake to restore the data during the times of the hardware failure. Okay. Yeah, there are 4 micro partitions. Table here the table is divided into 4 micro partitions. The columns are date, country, name, and type. We can leave the country and name. We can have to take the date and type. Here, the date can be considered as the cluster key. You see here, there is overlapping. Where the overlapping comes. Here, all the date data kept together in the first micro partition. But if we go for the second and third micro partition, the data, the extra data is stored in the, because here there is no space available in the micro partition. So that 11/2, that is 11 to date is stored in the micro partition 2 and micro partition 3. Okay. Micro partition 2 and micro partition 3, that date data is stored, the 11/2. So data is scattered in the second and third micro partition. In first micro partition, there is no scope of clustering because it is already full. In micro partition 2 and 3, there is scope. So we have to move the data from micro partition 3 to 2. Okay. Here by using the cluster date and type, the cluster key. Okay. The first, actually the data is sorted based on the date first, and then within that date, it will sort it based on the type. Okay. Once if we do the reclustering, how the data looks like, I will show that. In the fifth and sixth micro partition, we can see that. Here in fifth and sixth micro partition, you can see that in sixth micro partition, it is moved from 7 to 6. That means that it kept the similar data together. Okay. So that now the data is moved. After the data is reclustered, same type and same data is there. But for the second micro partition type is different. For example, if we query the database using the date column, it will fetch the data from the first two and it never scans the last two. For example, we are querying the database by using the date column. Already I told there is no need to scan all the micro partitions. Only that cluster key helps us to scan only the data where it is stored. Okay, there is no need to scan all the micro partitions. So if we do any query, it will fetch the data from the first two micro partitions and it never scans the last two, so that data will be retrieved quickly. This is how the Snowflake works. This is the reclustering of the data. Okay, I will come with some other topic in the next video. Kindly share this video, kindly go through this video, and kindly support my channel. Thanks. Bye.